So students, we will do question number 11. We are given the equation of the curve in this following fashion, right? This is question number 11. So we are given this information: dy over dx is equal to 6x squared negative 30x positive 6a. A is some constant. Now we are given the curve as a stationary point at a comma negative 15. We have to find the value of a. So having got this information, we can actually proceed, but let me give you the other part. So this is part A. Now part B is asking us to determine the nature of stationary point. So we have to find the nature of stationary point. C, find the equation of the curve. And D, find the coordinates of any other stationary point. Of any other stationary point. So foremost, this is a solution. We have dy over dx to be equal to 6x squared negative 30x positive 6a. Now we are asked to find a, and we are also have this information that the curve has a stationary point at a comma negative 15. So because of that information, I'm going to take dy over dx is equal to 0. This means 6 times x squared negative 30x positive 6a is equal to 0. Okay, so at a comma negative 15. So we substitute that value, we get 6a squared negative 30a positive 6a is equal to 0. Right? So this would give you 6a squared negative 24a is equal to 0. This would give you 6a squared is equal to 24a. A can be cancelled. So this will give you 6a is equal to 24. So a is equal to 24 over 6, which means a is equal to 4. So we have got the value of 4. So what is the meaning of this? This means at 4 comma negative 15. There is a stationary point. There is a stationary point. Now we got to get the nature of the stationary point. Right. So for that we need to have the following substitution. So before we could find, or I would say get that value, so let me just write this. To find the nature of the stationary point, we find d squared y over dx squared. So we need to get that first. So we know WKT stands for we know that dy over dx is 6x squared negative 30x. In place of a, I substitute 4. That's 24. So differentiating with respect to x, we get. So what do we get? This is d squared y over dx squared is equal to 12x negative 30. Right. So at the point at 4 comma negative 15. So we will have to get that information at 4 comma negative 15. What happens? So this is 12 times of 4 negative 30, which is 48 negative 30, which is equal to 18, which is greater than 0. So this means the stationary point is a minimum. So this means the stationary point is a minimum. Okay. So that is done. So now we have to get the equation of the curve. So this is the next part. So A is done. So this is B. B is done. Now you got to go to C. C is what? Find the equation of the curve. How are you going to get the equation of the curve? What is the curve? This is the curve. Right, so I'm going to write that. We know that. So what do we know? We know that dy over dx is 6x squared negative 30x positive 24. So you take the dx to the other side, you get dy is equal to 6x squared negative 30x positive 24 times dx. Now you integrate both sides. Integral of this will give you y. Integral of 6x squared will give you 6x cubed divided by 3. Negative 30x would give you 30x squared over 2. 24 will give you 24x. Okay. Of course, you have to have the arbitrary constant plus c. Now you can rewrite this as 2 times x cubed negative 15 times x squared positive 24x positive c. Now at the point, so we need to actually take in the coordinates. So what are the coordinates at 4 comma negative 15? Because I need to get the value of c. So negative 15 will go here. 2 times of 4 raised to the power of 3. Negative 15 times of 4 raised to the power of 2. Positive 24 times of 4 positive c. So this is 4 cubed, 16 and 64. That's 128. 16 and 15. So 15 and 16. What is that? Is 33, 9, 5, 1, 0 and 240. So 240, negative 240, you add 128, how much you get? 10, 2, 3, 1 and you get 112, negative 112 for this. So negative 112, positive 16, 1, 8 and 9 positive c. So you have 96 positive c. And you got negative 15. You add these two, 96 you add, so what do you get? 12 and you get a 6, 0, 10 and you get a 1. So with a negative sign. So this is negative 16 positive c and negative 15. So if you push this, you get negative 15 positive 16 is equal to c. Therefore c is equal to 1. So therefore the equation of the curve. So what is the equation of the curve? That's going to be y is equal to 2x to the power of 3 negative 15x squared positive 24x positive 1. So that's the equation of the curve. So that is nice. Now next thing is they are asking us to find any other stationary point. So this is D. Find other points. Find other stationary points. Okay. So for that we take dy over dx is equal to 0. So this means 6x squared negative 30x positive 24 is equal to 0. I divide by 6 throughout. I get x squared negative 5 times x positive 4 is equal to 0. Okay, 4 is equal to 0. Now what is this? This is nothing but x negative 4 and x negative 1 is equal to 0. So this means, I'm writing it down here, x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 1. Now this is already got. So x is equal to 1 is the point. So now you have to get the coordinate of this point x is equal to 1. So let me move to the next page. So therefore x is equal to 1 is another stationary point. Okay. Now since y is equal to 2x to the power of 3 minus 15x squared positive 24x positive 1, put x is equal to 1. So that means you get y is equal to 2 of 1 cube negative 15 of 1 squared positive 24 of 1 positive 1. So this is 2 negative 15 positive 24 positive 1 and this is 26 27. So from 27 you take away 15, 2 and 2 1. Right, so therefore y is equal to 12. So therefore the coordinate of the stationary point, right, of the stationary point x is equal to 1 is 1 comma 12. So that is what is asked. Now conclusion, what is the conclusion? If you want, it's always better to write the conclusion. So a is equal to 4, that's one value. So the nature of the stationary point is minimum. And where do we get that coordinate? Coordinate is 4, negative 15 is minimum. The equation of the curve. The equation of the curve. What is the equation of the curve? Y is equal to 2x cubed, negative 15x squared, positive 24x, positive 1. That's another point. So the other stationary point coordinate. What is the stationary point coordinate? 1, 12. The other stationary point is x is equal to 1. Okay. So A, B, C, D, all of them are complete. Thank you, students. This is the conclusion of this particular class, and we will do another class again.